Right, I think we're finally here. After a lot of messing about. Let's see, we have no times. Well, that's not good. Right, so we've got 21 minutes of practice left before we get into quali. So, been having a bit of a nightmare getting connected. So we're just going to pop out for a minute and have a check.
Evening.
Can you hear me now?
Oh my god.
Okay, that's because right, still not detecting anything. This is not good. Right, we're testing now. You can hear me now, okay. Right. Can anybody see the stream? Yeah, it's there, is it? Of course it has no audio. Why would I think that it would have audio? Does that make any difference?
You're there.
Yeah, I'm here. It should be.
Sorry, I've just had to jump out the server so I can hear. There we go. I hear engines.
Is it loud? Soft? Is it too loud?
We're a lot louder than the stream than the game audio is.
Okay. Well, so long as there is a bit of game audio, I'm going to drop out of out of Discord as soon as everybody's happy that the stream's working.
There's sound. Can hear you. We're all good.
Okay. Right. Can you type something in chat? Just to make sure that's working as well.
There you go. I put something in chat.
Yeah, Sparky something. Right. Okay, happy days. Thanks
Sweet.
for the testing. Glad we're still
No
in
worries.
practice.
It works. That's all that matters.
Right, I need to find you now.
What, as in me?
Yeah.
It's not gone live yet. That's why.
No, that's true, but I want to see... I can't see you properly. Where is...
Right, driver's brief.
Oh, what, my car? You mean?
Yeah. Oh, driver's brief. Right, let me drop out of chat. You can... You'll go do the thing with the thing. All right. Good luck, chaps. I'll be back in when I get bored.
Yes, all right.
All right.
Right, are we in admin? Okay, how do you bloody move?
Right, so there really isn't much to do. The driver's briefing is going on now, which I'm not going to listen in on it. Ah, Blue, we're in chat. Sorry, I didn't see you there because I've got so much shiz going on. I have to curtail my dining activities to try and get stream working. Let me put you where I can see you. Right, there. Because we're at the Red Bull Ring, in honour of the occasion, dinner is currywurst, Mick Palmer's and mayo. Which has gone cold, but I'm eating it now. And somehow we appear to have a driver called Dot. Yeah, I think they're going to need more good luck than me. Well, I'm going to need good luck as well. But I'm not driving. So I think once we get the driver's briefing over, we'll switch from practice. Oh, we may have more practice. We may go straight into quali, because I think we've already had about 20 minutes of practice. Which, if you've not had any practice already, probably now is going to be a bit late. So we're actually looking like we've got some good times just being set in practice. I expect these to get considerably better during quali. But what I'm going to do, choke down these last two bits of curry burst, which is absolutely fantastic. And then we'll go through the time so far, and I'll practice the drivers' names. Oh, you wouldn't believe the jiggling about I had to go through setting this up below. Right, last piece. Right, so we've got another 10 minutes of practice, so let me just go through the names that I've got so far. Right, we've got Herma on 128.19, Mr. Dot on 128.302, Empoleon 128.382, A Ostricharts 128.6, Wraith 128.7, Warburton 128.8, Lolini 129.18, Usmanov 129.225, Lankow 129.4, Ken Slow 129.8, D Longo 129.9, P Anderson 130, K Rowlands hasn't set a lap yet, so currently sat in the pits. So who have we got out there at the moment? No, we've got 4 cars out there at the moment. Let's switch to Mr. Dot. Yeah, I mean practice times 128.1. This is going to be lively. Bellini in the BMW. He's got half a second on his delta, so he's half a second up. .6. He's flying. Still 5/10. We've also got Lankow, who's 1/10. We go back to Bellini, 6/10. Here we go. Get another time. 3/10. And that gives him 1:29.1. Lankow 1:29.2. But he's still building his gap, his delta. What else can we look at? Yeah, we can't really look at pit counts and drivers. So we've got one, two Mercs in the top 10, 2 BMWs, a Nissan, second, Ferrari in 5, Aston Martin 6, Usmanov in the McLaren, then the Audi, and then Ken Slow in his BMW. Okay, let's have a look. Bellini is on fire. 9/10 up. Right, who else is doing a quick one? Herma. Now it just says F. Ken Slow. It's one of those Oriental names. We won't go any further than that, as they say. He's not known as the Stig for nothing. In fact, he's not known as the Stig at all. Right, who else have we got? Let's go to... Can't keep watching Bellini. Let's have a look at Mr. Anderson. Look at that livery. And I've been told I've got to look at, I think I can see it on the roof. He's carrying an extra logo for this race, which has quite a special meaning for him. Can we get a better view? Let's try on the views. I don't think we're going to be able to see it properly. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I don't know how to zoom in, but it's actually a Royal Signals cat badge, an army cat badge. It's on his roof. Right, let's go and have a look at Lankow. How's he doing? He's a 10th up. We've got 2.5 minutes of practice left. Who is that? Bushman. Now I recognise those colours. So yeah, those are the team colours of Supercharged Motorsport. Nice to see them in the server. Sort of slightly associated, affiliated. Yeah, a friendly bunch anyway. Another league. Just gotta keep checking. Okay, 1.5 minutes of quali, of practice rather. And we go into quali, and that's when my work really starts. Try and keep a track of everything. Okay. Yeah, that's probably, it's going to be a bit too late, that one. Telling me to save the game. That was supposed to be after an hour. But I wasted half of that while I was fiddling and faffing around. So apologies for that. Right, and if I'm mumbling or if I'm too quiet, just bring it up to me in chat. I'll see if I can make some difference. Right, I think everybody's in the pits now. Oh no, Lolini. Yeah, that's not going to be a good one, bud. In fact, I'm not even sure you're going to finish this. You get a bit of leeway at the end. Now, I did have... Let's do a quick...
Green light, go, go, go.
Okay, quali is underway, so I need to... Okay, I've got the qualifying screen up. Right, I need to find... car number 7. To find out who car number 7 is. Instead of Mr. Dot. Car number 7 is Kazan Boy, also known as Andrew Teterin. I'm never going to remember that, so I'm afraid it's going to have to be just Dot. Lol. Okay, so we see on this. Alright. So we can see the times on screen if I drop out, which is not really something I want to do. Let's go to... Okay, qualifying. Don't think it's going to show me times. Nope, it just shows me cars. Cheers, ACC. Stay classy. So who's first out of the box? Is it? Nope. Okay, so I don't have any times going at the moment. I'm sticking with supercharged motorsport for the moment. It does look like... who's that? Tyre. I'll probably remember that by the time the stream's finished. Right, so Tyre has done a 1:28.4. Oh, Mr. Huermer, 1:28.2. Or maybe even Miss Hermer. Ostracharts 1:28.7, Warburton 1:29, Usmanov 1:29.4, Lolini 1:30. Lankow is in the pits. He's yep. Right, who's jumped up? Wraith, I think. Paulie is now 1:28.2, so 200ths behind Huermer. And a further 200ths behind is... sorry, I just have to keep checking his name. Tyre. Who's looking good? Rollins is half a second up. Ostracharts is going up 0.3. Rollins lost his advantage there. And he stays 1:29.6. No change between the top two, top three. So 200ths between the top two, and then 0.2 behind is Tyre. Who else is looking good? Mr. Anderson is going on for... let's have a look at TV2. There we go. Almost half a second up. This is the commentator's curse that everybody knows about. Because as soon as I switched the camera to him, he lost 0.4. That's the thing. I must not watch people going around track. I think that's probably the best I can do. How are we doing? Still no change in the top three. Ostracharts, I think, has jumped to Usmanov. Oh no, we've got Tyre is now 1:28.28. Huermer is 1:28.26, so 200ths behind. And then Ostracharts is 1:28.3, so a 10th behind. Yeah. So we're getting some good times in the top four. top 10. Well, there's 1.2 seconds between them, which is a bit of a spread. So we've got 3 people who haven't set a time yet. Number 163 Lankow, number 177 Longo, and number 14 Turavtsev. I'm sorry if I'm murdering your names, but I know somebody who makes a worse hash of people's names than that. Oh, M. Powley is now on 128.0, so he's picked up 2/10 over 157 Hermer. We are watching Mr. Anderson, so who else is looking good? Warton. See? Commentator's curse. As soon as I clicked on him, he drove off the track. Yeah, it's one of those shy drivers. Ken Slow jumps up into 5th with a 128.7. So he's finally getting to wrangle that BMW round here. That's a good showing from him. Who else we got? Number 2 Hermer still on 128.2. My buddy Tatarin is still on 128.28, so 200ths behind. Okay, so I'm going to hold up there so we can. So I'm changing windows around so that I can find Tatarin's name each time, because it's my head it is doing in. Right, so Hermer, Mr. Hermer, 157, and the Mercedes is now 128.04. Number 5, also in the Merc, Pauli is 128.09, so 500ths between them there. Tatarin and Ostricharts, 1/10 between them. Ken Slow is 4/10 behind them. Who else is looking good? Turavtsev. So it's a second up. Let's have a look, see what that looks like. Where's he going? 129.8. I don't know what he was before. Okay, who else is looking good? Rollins is almost 2/10 up. Wraith is 2/10 up. Turavtsev 2/10. Lankow 1.5. It's all really it's too close to call. So out of 14 drivers, 13 are under 130. So 2 seconds between 1st and 13th. And we've got 2:43 left, which is not quite enough for 2 laps, I don't think. Possibly 2 laps. more qualifying. So at the moment we've got number 157 Herma on 128.0, number 5 Paulie on 128.09, Teterin number 7 on 128.2, Ostricharts number 74 on 128.3, Wraith number 6 on 128.7, Ken Slow number 404 also on 28.7, so it's like 400ths. Roland's number 57 on 128.8, so 1.1 tenths. Warburton number 19 on 128.9, Lankow number 163 on 128.9, Usmanov number 667 on 129.0, Bellini number 185 on 129.1, Longo number 177 on 129.7, Taravtsev number 14 on 129.8, and Anderson number 12 on 132.0. So I don't think anybody's going to pull any tricks out of the bag between now and end of quali. Mind you, having said that, Taravtsev has jumped up into number 5 with a 128.5. So much for my predictions. Wraith 128.7 and Ken Slow also 128.7. Okay, I'm now going to just hop over and look at something. Successfully signed into that. Okay, that's right. Okay, so we are now just waiting for qualifying to come to an end. I've been looking at the spreadsheets. So we've got, there we go, Paulie, Herma,
Well, after the solitude of the summer break, we now rev the end.
okay, we can do a quick couple of minutes. We can go through the cars. That's too far away, so we go this one. So starting position 1, Paulie, number 5. Position 2, Huema, 157. Number 3, Tyre. Number 7, which you can't see because reasons. Alright, let's try there. Right, number 7, which was Tyre. Number 74, Ostracharts. 5th, Tyre. Number 14, 6th, Wraith. Number 6. 7th place, Ken Slow. Number 404. 8th place, K Rowlands. Number 57. Is that right? Yeah. Lovely colours in Warburton's car. Number 19, Langkow. Number 163 in position 10, Usmanov. Number 667. In 11th, Volini. Number 185 in 12th position, Longo and BMW. Number 177, Kiss Me Slowly. Well, that looks like it's going to end up in the lap of P. Anderson in 14th position, car number 12. So, some slow kissing going on there. Or maybe not. So what we're going to do is going to go to Helicam, and we've got 14. So if I go to car 7, that should give us a sort of mid-view of all the cars at the start. I hope. And as I have probably mentioned, this is my first broadcast. So 2.4 hours of it. Okay, the race has now actually started, and I'm just hoping that the software for tracking all the incidents is running, because if it isn't, then you'll have to put your race reports in at the end of it. So we're going to get a complete overview, and I'll try and keep a track of who's doing what.
Green light, give it okay.
Okay, so let's go to first place. So Paulie's away. Go in a second. The other fellow. I'm not seeing any. Not seeing any biffs and bangs, but that doesn't mean they're not happening. So, Paulian, Roma, and Tyre. Drabsev. Right, so position 7, we've got Usmanov is up a place. Ken slows down one. Let's go and have a look at Usmanov. From Supercharged. That's in the place up. Right. Trubchev has jumped up into 3rd. Right. What have we got here? Huerma. He is pushing poorly. The gap is 0.2. It looks like he's going to take him. Let's go to there. Right, goes goes around the outside. He's not going to outbrake him. And he's not... Oh, he might do. Neck and neck. Turevtsev 2 seconds behind. Lankauer's jumped Ken Slow as well. Those two at the front, they're wheel to wheel. They are giving it some bananas there, aren't they? Look at this. No, I thought Pauli was going to edge it, or Paulie. And Herm was in. But he's getting a bit of a lead. Oh, half a second. Half a tenth, not half a second. Half a second, yeah, in one corner. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay, everybody else. Lankau, what's happened to Lankau? We've got banging. Let's go back. We're in replay now, looking at Austria charts. He is now 40 odd seconds behind. Not sure what happened there. Okay. So Paulie is now 0.5. Turevtsev has set the fastest lap so far, 1:29.4. In the number 14 BMW, and he's certainly winding in poorly. He can't seem to quite get on the back of Huema. So Austria charts are still. Oh, where's Austria charts? He's. Right, let's go back 60 seconds. Just want to see how he got so far behind. Oh, there's this. Autumn, what's happened to him? It's got about 30 seconds. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what happened to who and when, but alright, let's go back to the front. Paulie. He's 0.4 behind Huema. Turevtsev has dropped back. The gap is now 1.3. Rollins is all over him like a boxroom suit. It's looking very close. Let's have a... There. So there may be a bit of... Yeah, I think that might go to the first corner, and then we got the guys behind. So Wraith is holding place, but Roland's is just edging up alongside him, and it's going to be a tricky bit of cornering. Is he going to get the undercut? No, he's going to go around the outside, keep it in, so they're still neck and neck. There's absolutely zero in it. It says Roland's is ahead, and he's a couple of wheels ahead. Alright. Don't. Oh, did they touch? Hard hard to say. Let me just check the score sheet, which may or may not reflect it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we are picking up incidents, which is good. Well, technically it's good. It's not good for drivers. We'll be able to figure out what happened during the race. Right, who else? Let's have a look at this. Mr. Slow, Mr. Ken Slow. He's climbed all over the back of our Lankau for 8th position. He's 0.6. And we've got Lini and Longo training along behind. So we've got 3 BMWs in a row. We're all sort of grouped together. Tereziev is in number 3. He's Paulie and Huerma are getting away from him. He's now 2.5 seconds down. And this is Rollins. Right, so he's 2.5 behind Tereziev. Let's go and have a look at Mr. Anderson. There he goes. He's chasing down Warburton in that lovely coloured Aston. Let's go and have a look at that. No, he's got his wheels up somewhere. Probably didn't mean to. That's a nice colour. Right, back to Anderson. 3.4 seconds behind. He is on the edge, Paul. Having a good drive though. Okay. Right, how's Paulie doing on Huerma? This is the tricky corner. You can make up a lot of time here, or you can lose a lot of time. And we've got 0.4 gap. Oh, Wraith is chasing down Russian guy. Taterin. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting your name. I'm not going to call you Dot, all right? Right, so he's 0.3 of a second behind, and he is climbing all over the back of him like he wants to paint his car. Is he going? Oh, it's so close. He's going to get him. He's going to get him. Oh, maybe not. But he's not letting him go. He's sticking in there. Ken, slow. He's half a second behind Lankau. So he's not easing up the pressure either. What else do we got? Let's go back to Wraith again. Yeah. Taterin and Wraith. In the meantime, we've got Usmanov just climbing up there. Supercharged Motorsport making a good showing. Up there in the top 10. So Wraith has dropped. He's lost some time. Usmanov is happily taking advantage of that. He's going up. He's like 0.8. So he's not getting away. Right, who else is close? Kenslow, Longo and Lolini. They are both... Yeah, they're both the same team. I think they've got... let me just check how many drivers they've got. So this is the FSC Fusion Squadra Corsa. So Longo is in car 177, Lolini is in car 185. So FSC Fusion Squadra Corsa. Not nice. Let's see who's chasing who. Paulie and Huerma. They are so close. What are we up to? So, first 20 minutes. Okay, something has happened to Wraith. Let's go back 30 seconds. So Wraith was chasing to Terran. We're in replay mode now, so just want to see what happened to Wraith. Oh, he spun it! Oh no, nose in. Good driving there. Nice rejoin, well done. Well done. It's lost some places though. Right, so Ken Slow, he's still hanging on to that rear spoiler. He's got a 2-finger grip on that rear spoiler and he's not letting it go. So those two are actually the closest to at the moment. They're a second apart. Paulie and Huerma, 1 and 2, they've dropped to 1.1 seconds. Okay, what's happened to Terran? Let's go back 30 seconds. Okay, so he was miles ahead of Wraith. Wraith had a spin, and oh, that's why. Oh, the rain has arrived. Yeah, well, don't say you weren't warned. It did say in the pre-race there's a 20% chance of rain, and so Tatarian could be making the big play. He's the first one in. So obviously he's going on to rain tyres. So he's in. Let's see what. Let's go into Helicam. Yeah, you can see the rain on the track. They've got to be coming in now. Paulie. Yeah, there's gaps. Gaps are getting bigger, and the track is getting wetter. So they've got to be coming in now. Nope. Oh, look at this. He's going to risk it for a biscuit. So where does this put Tatarian? Tatarian's out. Okay, and he's got to be on wets. He's climbing all up. He's reeling Anderson in at. He's at 35, 30 seconds behind, so he's not doing too bad. And Paulie, they've got to still be out. Trubchev. Right, he's gone in for a tyre change. Lalini hasn't. Paulie and Huerma. Let's have a look. Right, so there's a 1 second gap now. This is Paulie in P2, and there's Huerma just ahead. Oh. Stream PC just fell asleep. Okay. Right, so we're coming up to the end of the lap, and Paulie is going in. Huerma is staying out. Now, is that going to be a good move or not? Interesting. Ken Slow is in 4th. But he's now going in to change. So, tyres for number 404. Paulie is still getting the chance. Let's have a look at the pit count. So who's pitted so far? We've got Ken Slow, Paulie, Wraith. Right, so everybody below Ken Slow has pitted. The top 4 have not pitted. So I can't actually see because I haven't set up my stream to show what the weather and what the predicted weather's like, because I don't know what I'm doing basically. So it's all a bit up in the air, if you'll pardon the pun. I promised I'd never do that. Rollins is up into second now. Lankow third, Longo fourth. And Paulie has done his pit stop, and he's in 5th place. So he's going to be on wets, and you can see from there, you can see that the track is now getting very wet. That rain is it's not light rain. It's not a thunderstorm yet, but it's enough to make the track slidey, and that the painted bits slidier still. So they're gonna be having some fun, especially the top 4. Okay, we've got Lankow and Longo, who are not related at all. They're in the pits, so they're making their tyre change now. So let's just switch to the pit count. So Lerma and Rollins are the only 2 who haven't changed tyres. Interesting. Now if Herma can ride this out, if he can keep that glued to the track, I don't know how long the rain's going to last. He's going to have to start taking it careful. Oh, yep, there's a little twitch going there. That's going to make the seat of his pants twitch as well. Yeah, but the gap, the nearest car is P2, Rollins, who is 10 seconds. Is he in the pits? One way to check. Nope, he's there. Rollins. Right, so now I'm officially lost. Let's throw another stat in for you. P3. And Paulie is done the fastest time so far, 1:28.76. Which is, it's half a second off the quality time. And you can only imagine that they're going around with a fairly substantial fuel load. Although they've got 2 compulsory pit stops, so there's no point really in going out. Well, from my way of thinking, is going out with like half a tank or whatever for the first stint, especially with the weather being set as is. 20% chance of rain. I mean, you are sort of taking your luck in your own hands when you make that sort of call. It's the kind of daft thing that I'd do. But then again, I never came in anywhere in the top 5 at any time. So, hey, what do I know, huh? What do I know from racing? Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at Mr. Huelma. He's still out there in the wet. He's driving like a champ. You've got to give it to him. Oh, look at that. Roland is being chased down by Paulie.
Windows open.
Oh, the pit window is open. Oh, so they've done the wet tyre change outside the pit window. Oh dear. Now this is where Hermer could dive in and get his first pit stop out the way for a free wet tyre change. Oh, I see what you've done there, buddy. Just remains to see if he's going to go into the pits this time. I hope he does, because that car is alive. Oh, he's wrestling with it. Yeah, don't throw it away. So let's see who is left to. Right, so Rowlands and Hermer haven't pitted. And there he goes now. So Hermer goes in, and so does Rowlands. Yeah. So they have got their pit counts inside the pit window, which means that their stop is going to count. And everybody who changed tyres before them, their pit stop isn't going to count. So technically, they've still got to do 2 pit stops. And Hermer and Rowlands have a pit stop, have 1 pit stop left. So this could be, we're just on the 2-hour mark. So we've got 2 hours left. That could be just 1 more stop and ram the tanks full of fuel and chuck a couple of jerry cans in the front passenger footwell, and they're away. That was some good going by those guys. All right, Paulie now takes the lead, but remember, there's only 2 cars have made an official pit stop, which is excellent. It's really good. Okay. Hermer's out. Rowlands, he's right. Rowlands is out now as well. So he pops out in 5th place. Just check. Yeah. No, sorry, 5th place. Tyre is 4th. So Hermer is 13 seconds behind Paulie, who made his change first. Tyre. Let's have a look. Right, who's chasing him down? Rowlands is now in 5th. So the other guy who's got a legal tyre change. Alright. 4 seconds behind him is our favourite Ken, our favourite Slow. Up into 6th place. What do we got going here? Astra charts. In 14th. Let's go from 14th up to 1st. So in 14th, we've got Astra charts. 13th, Paul Anderson. We had a good change of driver in 12. This is Butchie in car 185. That's P12. P11, Warburton. Apart from the LFI livery, that's probably the nicest other livery. Oh, and supercharged, just in case Colin was watching. That's quite nice as well. Alright, 10th position is Wraith. Oh, I've got Pistolesi, who's chasing down Lankow. And they're not both in the same team. Let's stick with them because he's like half a second behind, and that's the closest. Yeah, it's the closest race on track at the moment. So we'll stick with them. Let's go to TV1. There's some crap on the track already. 1 minute 56. Now, I don't know. If I just recorded that. I hope so. Right, 0.3 Pistolesi in Lancashire. And clearly they're on wet tyres. I think there might be a move on turn 1. If he can get a good drive out of this corner. He's under half a second. So Audi being hunted down by the BMW. How's the braking going to go? No, couldn't outbrake him. Now can he outdrive him? He looked like he went a bit wide. Yeah. Alright, they're going to be neck and neck. Let's switch to Helicam for this corner. Oh! That went horribly wrong. Yeah, Lankow is taking a bit of a dive. Let's go back 15 seconds. Yeah, he made a hash of the braking. Went off. He didn't hit anything, so he just needs to. That's it. Careful. Needs to get back on track. Yeah, so he's back on track. All right. So we've now got. So now we've Mr. Huema. 1.3 seconds behind Paulie. Or is he? I'm not sure what's going on. We've got Turavtsev. Yeah, I think people might be getting a bit out of place. Or I'm losing it. Okay. Taterin is... There he is. He's chasing down Huema. Nissan versus Mercedes, and Turavtsev in second place, just up ahead. So we've got 3 cars packed together there. Terry is climbing all over the back of him like he's on stilts. Hi Blue, he's still here, good man. You're playing Need for Speed. I'm playing Need for just keeping an eye on what's going on here. Right, let's have a look at things were going well. So we got as far as, I think, Bucci in P11. Let's go back. There's still some close racing between 3rd and 4th, but we'll work our way up. So there's Bucci, P11, Wraith, P10, Lankow after his spin, down in 9th, Pistolesi, who got the jump on him after his spin, in 8th, Usmanov, in the that car. Do you know, it's come right out of my head. I'm sorry, Colin. Supercharged Motorsport. There we go. Usmanov, Supercharged Motorsport in P7. Ken Slow for LFI. 2 seconds behind Rollins. Rollins is 4 seconds behind Taterin. I remembered it. Taterin, he's climbing over the back of Huema still. And now he's going to not. And Huema is climbing on Turavtsev. So this is, right, we're going to stick with this. This is close racing. I'm going to go to P3, Huema, who's got Taterin behind and Turavtsev in front. Turavtsev. I'm sorry I'm mangling your names, guys. Alright, are we calming down a bit? I don't know. Loving 4K at 120 Hz. Well, I'm not streaming at 4K 120 Hz, I hope. If I am, yay me. If you're gaming on Need for Speed, then yay you. Right, so stretching out a bit. I think Herman's gonna put a move on Drabchev. Or is he? He's got the inside line. Herman's got... Depends who's bravest on the braking. Very good driving, very good, especially in the wet. And that was fantastic. Clean move. Drabchev did not overcook it. Didn't get too hungry. But he's just going to stick with it. Oh, he's gone slightly wide there. Don't go on the grass. Okay, he's now dropped to 7/10. And he's got Tyre chasing him now. So he's getting pressure from number 4. In the meantime, Roland's in 5th and Slow in 6th. 2.5 and 3 seconds apart behind. Well, Roland's is 2.5 behind to Tyre, and Ken Slow is 3 seconds behind Roland's. Right, so we got... let's just go back and have a look. Pit counts. So, Ostrich has done 2 pit stops. Everybody else has done 1, but I think only 2 of them are legal. Oh, here we go. I've got some first names. Right. So, we'll do the reverse to the start again. Or shall we? No. I'm going to see if Tyre can make the move on Drabchev. He's so close. Again, such close driving in the wet. And you get it wrong there and you're in all sorts of pain, as they say. And that is living dangerously. That's just eating paint there, and that's going to cost him some time. And it, oh look, it puts, oh, there's a bit of a bang there, bit of door banging. Go on, keep it under control. He's done it. Drabchev kept it well under control after a bit of a door bang. That's racing. That's probably not a penalty. I mean, it would have been better if they could have got past without that, but fair play. They all stayed on track. Okay, so I was going to go back. Let me just have a quick look and see. Oh, Roland's. Roland's is now on the back of Drabchev. So 5th to 4th. So that little excursion into just the very fringes of the countryside has put him back into the clutches of Roland's, and Slow, he's winding Roland's in as well. So if there's any door banging going on between these two, then the person who's going to gain from this most is going to be Ken Slow. But they're dancing around, they're being very careful. So this is the closest race on track. We'll let this go. Alright, so the gap is now half a second. Alright, I'm going to jump in now and do the thing with everybody's name. So, P14, Paul Anderson. P13, Carl Warburton. P12, Adam Ostricharts. P11, Luca Bucci. P10, Rainer Lankau. P9, Mr. Wraith. Number 8, Roberto Pistolesi. Number 7, Artem Uzmanov. Number 6, Fu Ken Slow. And yes, that is how he spells his name. Number 5, Kevin Rowlands. Number 4, Andrei Turabtsev. Number 3 is also known as Andrew Taterin. Don't ask me how I know. Number 2, Michael Huerma. And number 1, Malte Pauli, or Pauli. So, now you know everybody's names. That's like a formal introduction, so no need to be shy. Right, Rollins is back to 0.3 in the latter part of this lap. Ken Slow is holding station at P6 at 2.8 seconds behind. And that statue of Bull's going rusty in all this rain. Right, so let's pause for a drink there. It's only fruit juice, honest. Right, Turab, Sev. He's now getting away from Rollins. The gap is at 1 second. Ken Slow, 2.4, so he may be edging it back. Right, who else have we got? Paulie, fastest lap. Best lap at 1:28. And then 3, 4 and 5 have got the best sectors. Taterin, sector 1, 22.2 seconds. Terepsev, sector 3, 27.1 seconds. And Rollins, sector 2, 39.0 seconds. But none of them have managed to string all 4 together. Rollins now back on the back of Terepsev. Let's go and look at who else is close. Wraith. So Wraith is he was 1 point something seconds behind Pistolesi. I'm not staying with Rollins and Terepsev for the rest of the race. So I go 1.5 second, 1.3, 1.5. So apart from positions 4 and 5, everybody's got a comfortable gap, which I can only put down to being extra careful in the rain, I guess. But Rollins and Terepsev are going at it. They are getting in there, in amongst it, which is good to see. We are with Wraith, who's still within 2 seconds of Pistolesi. And then there's a big gap to Usmanov from Supercharged. And then an even bigger gap to... oh no. There's got 7 or 8 second gap to Slow. Alright. Rollins is now down to... no, I'm not going to... right. To Taterin. He's 4 seconds behind Lerner. and Tarabchev is 4 seconds behind him. So 1 hour and 41. Pit window is open for another 1 hour and 19 minutes. Right, let's go and have a look at Mr. Anderson. Struggling with the mud. I think he's just keeping out of the way. There's Ken Slow, the two LFI liveries close together, separated by time and distance, but both together briefly. A good soggy shot of the pair of them. We'll just stick with it, these two, until the gap gets too big. Alright, so we've got Wraith and Pistolesi is now within half a second, so I think there's going to be a move. So we're going to jump to Wraith. Yes, he has reeled him in. Done a good job. Stay with it, steady. He's having a look. Right, start finish straight. Don't think he's going to get the legs on the BMW. I don't think he's going to outbrake him. But if he can get the drive out of this and the next corner, we're down to 0.4 seconds. So he's took a tenth out of him. And this is where it could go wrong. But no, both of them make a nice clean corner. Stay separated. And now the gap's up to 0.6. So I think he may be... Right, now it's down to 0.4. I think Wraith just went a bit too wide then. Got a couple of tyres up on the paint. Lost some traction and therefore lost speed. We're now up to 0.8, so double his previous gap from 0.4. So he's getting away, but he's not getting away very quickly. So we're going to go back with Paul Anderson. So Warburton is down 13th place. What's happened there? Let's have a look. Yeah, let's have a quick count up of who's lost and who's gained. Anderson in 14th stayed where he is. Warburton is down 4 places to 13th. Ostracharts is down 8 places to 12th. Bucci is up 1 place. Lankow hasn't moved, he's still in 10th. Wraith is 3 down in 9th. Pistolesi is up 5 places. Usmanov is up 4 places. Kenslow is up to 6th. So he's up 1 place. Rowlands is up 3 places into P5. Tarantsev up 1 place. And the top 3, number 1 Pauli, number 2 Huama, and number 3 Tatarin. So there you go, that's where people started, where they are. Pistolesi and Usmanov. Is that right? That's right. Oh, Pistolesi and Wraith. Oh, that gap's building. So we're going to go to this one. This is very close. 0.2. And... okay, so Rollins has gone wide. And Travsever's got the jump. I'm looking at the wrong screen. There we go. Right, so Rollins in the Mercedes and he's not letting him get away. These two have been battling all the way through. Anderson is hauling in Warburton. He's almost half the time. So down to what, 6 seconds, I think. Warburton might be... I don't know, is he struggling? Has he had a ding somewhere? That car's not looking 100%. There's a gap at the start of the bonnet, which is not it's not usual. It's supposed to fit a lot closer than that. So he may have slid it into a wall somewhere and popped the pins out. But Anderson he's holding him in, so I think he must have some damage. Must have. Okay, who else? Pistolesi and Wraith, they're still... oh, they're a bit further apart. They're tripled their gap, down to 1.6 seconds. Paulie storming away in front. He's now 34 seconds ahead of Herma. Okay, and everyone is... alright, we're still at 14 people. So nobody's dropped out. Well done. 134. We're nearly halfway there. What is it? Another 20, 25 minutes? And we're halfway through. It's been very clean racing. There's been a bit of door banging that I could see. Maybe other stuff went on that I didn't see. But that will be reflected when the stewards come to look at the incidents throughout the race. And what I can do is, let's have a quick look. So I'm going to step away from the screen for a moment, so if anything happens, give me a shout. Right, let's do a quick update. There's got to be more incidents than that. Really? 6 incidents? That can't be right. That is right. We had 6 incidents. And all... there's been no incidents since lap 3. That is astonishing. I have to say, that is ultra clean racing. Oh, and talking of ultra clean racing, number 12, Bucci. I don't know if... no, he can't have been taken Ostrachards. Right, he's half a second, 0.6 of a second behind Ostrachards. So let's stay with this. So there's also a loose bonnet on Butchie's car. Just a bit of lifting, as if the pins have let go. That's not visible on the front of Ostrachards, so I think Butchie has pranged it somewhere. Who else has took it? Oh, right. So gap's down to 1, or it's out to 1.5. So Master Charts is running away with it now. P6, Ken Slow, is now 1.4 seconds behind Tarabtsev. I'm sorry about mangling your name. It's a very green car, that one, isn't it? You're not going to miss that in the rain. Well, you are, because it's black at the back. Right, who else is? So we've got some comfortable gaps going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Mr. Paulie on, or Powley. Paulie sounds like there's something wrong with him. He's not Paulie at all. He's way out in front, nearly 30 seconds ahead of P2. So I'm going to leave it on this. I'm going to take a short break and let you watch the leader for a couple of minutes without any annoying chatter from me, and I'll be back shortly. Stick with it. Okay, we're back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to what is it? I'm going to switch to the BRB screen because I have to check something on the settings. So I'm going to bring it in there briefly. Okay, because I have to do something on the options. So I'm not sure if I've got... Right, M is save replay. Yeah, I thought I got that set. Okay. As good as my word, we are going to be right back. There we go. So Paulie is 33 seconds, 36, 40. Yeah. Okay. What's this? Oh. Right, gonna need to have a look at the pit count. Right. We've had people doing their second pit stops. I'll just go through those. We've got P9, Ostracharts on 2. P10, Ken Slow, he's also on 2. P12 is on 2 stops. And that's it. So 3 people made 2 stops already. I'm going to go to that window. I'm going to press that key and hope that saves a bit more of the game for me. Okay. Right, Ostracharts. He is now in the pits for his 3rd stop. It's kind of hard to tell. Interior view, you can't really... Can't really tell what's going on. It must have been getting repairs. Oh, the rain stopped as well. So is he changing tyres? Do you know, I've been so used to the rain. Let's have a look at. So the track's still wet, but the rain stopped. So the track's going to dry out. So if he's on his 3rd stop, he's now down to 12th place. It could be the first. Yeah, it could be the first going out onto. Well, it's not a drying track yet. There's still spray coming up, but there's not as much as it was. So that could be a cagey move. Let's see. Okay, we've got. So we've got Lankow in the pits as well. Yeah, I think we're getting ready to change tyres now. So let's just have a look at the pit count. Right, so Paulie has done 1 pit stop, and his time in pit was 1:01. Time stopped was 32 seconds. He has got a over 32 seconds lead on Hurler. And there he is. He's in the pits. Along with Wraith and Pistolesi and Anderson. So Anderson has jumped Warburton, I think. Or maybe he hasn't. No, Warburton is he's just gone past him now. And this is where it starts getting tricky for me. So I've got to try and figure out who's stopped how many times and when and why. And okay, so Paulie's done his second stop. Still in there, just coming out now. So, right. So the 4 cars ahead of him have only done 1 stop, so they've all got to stop. And he's on his second pit stop, and he's got 1 hour 20 minutes left. So it's doable. Right, and we've now got some gaps. Bucci is half a second behind Longo, who is... So, who's that? That's the Tyre. Right, so I think we're out. Oh! Warburton. Oh, that car's had a bit of a duffing up there. Bucci. So let's go back 30 seconds, see what happened. No, it wasn't. That's Warburton. That must have happened prior. Okay. Right, so Taratsev is now in the pits. Paulie's up into 4th place. Let's have a look at the incident sheet. Because it looks like we had an incident, and true to form, I missed it. Because I'm good like that. Yes, we've had an incident. 66 seconds, 66 minutes. So 6 minutes. Between 177 and 7. So 177 is Longo and 7 is Teterin. So we'll have to look at the replay with the stewards to see what happens there. So Usmanov, look at this. 3 of them climbing all over each other. Oh, he's gone into the pits, right? So that's a free place for Usmanov. Nice. With a good showing for Supercharged Motorsport. Are you watching this guy, Colin? Colin, are you watching him? There he is. Put it on because so people can see the standings. Oh, right. So, see the standings. I think if I return to the garage, we can see the standings. How's that? Driver's brief. Brief. Do not drive like a dick. Yeah. Don't use chat during calling your race. Oh. Oh. Don't die. Okay. Right, so we've got Herma in first place. Teterin in second. Rollins in third. Why am I reading this out to you? You can see for yourself. Blue, still there. Good man. Is it going all right? Do I get the job? We've still got 14 people in the race. Oh, this is close. This is V close. Right. I'm going to drive. My computer is running low on storage space. Really? Really? Right. I think I'm going to need to make LFI buy me a new drive. Yeah, that's going to happen. Okay, who are we looking at here? Usmanov. Right. They are not close. Usmanov is in P8. I don't know who's where and doing what. You got the job, yay! Right. Not sure what the pay's like. So it might be all the fruit juice I can drink. And while we're talking about fruit juice, the track is drying out. You can see a drying line developing. I've not been paying enough attention to the race. Trying to banter with the public. But yeah, so there's a drying line. So anybody who has, let's go and have a look and see. Right, so the top three have only pitted once. So are they still on wet tyres? I guess they must be. So they've got to pit again, and they are the only ones who haven't pitted a second time. So that's going to put Paulie back in first place when they do pit, and Turevtsev behind him, and possibly Wraith as well. We could swap the top three. The time in pit for all of them is 101, 101 and 102. So depending on what the times were before they went in, let's go to the other camera. Let's go and find a gap to chase people down. Is there a nice close gap? Wraith, Turretso. Okay. That's the closest one, 1.2 seconds. Time for a quick drink. Still 1.2 seconds, so those two are hanging it out there. So it looks like Wraith has got the magnets on, but he hasn't got them turned up to full pull. It's just holding his place there. For 1 second, oh, yeah, it's going to be a braking difference, and now the BMW is going to stretch there. No, it's not going to stretch it. It's staying at. It's coming down. Kind of hard to say. Visually, it looks closer, but you have to see how they perform over the whole lap, not just 2 or 3 corners. Now it's down to half a second. So. Oh, I mean, when I said there was a drying line, there's still a bit of shine on there. It looks like it's dry. I don't think that's... Ooh. I don't think it's dry out there. Ooh. That was... Oh. Now... Did he lose it? Did he let him? No, he didn't let him pass. The front got away from him slightly, so there's a bit of jiggling going on with the wheel there. I'm going to go back 15 seconds. Let's see. There we go. Watch this. Whoa! Only a little jiggle, but it was enough. Okay. I don't know what happened there. We are with Wraith. Okay. While we were looking at that, number 5 Powley has hopped back into first place. And the perennial Mr. Hermer is in P2. Tyre, P3. Rollins, P4. Oh, no, it's gone. Right, come back 15 seconds. Watch this. It's got a helicam. Right, making a dive. Is there a touch? Nope. Oh, yeah. He's overcompensated. Okay, so he's still in P6, but he's now 11 seconds behind Wraith, who was behind him. So Tarevtsev is now falling back into the clutches of Ken Slow. Well, clutches, 2.5 seconds. It's not really a clutch, is it? It's more like a long reach. Right, they're both on the same sector of track, okay? Terran is... Yeah, it's creeping up on Hermer. He's still there with his best time, 1:28.7, so he's still half a second off the quali time, but he'd expect it to be. We are now down to 9 minutes off the hour. So in 9 minutes time, we have 1 hour left to race. And this has not been disappointing for my first broadcast. There's been a lot going on, most of which I've missed, but I have managed to catch some spots, so there's no complete washout. But the sun's out now. Look at this, the track is drying up well, but there's still another hour to go. And you know, never say never again. There could be more rain. that would certainly liven things up once again. Because of course, right, let's just check the stops. Right, so everyone has done 2 stops, and a couple, Ostricharts and Longo, have done 3 stops. So there's that. So they've done their obligatory. Let's switch to the what's it view. Find it. Yeah. So we can see. Remember I was saying there was only 2 of them that made legal stops. So Hermer has made 2 stops. Rollins has made 2 stops. So those were the 2 legal ones. And Longo's done 3 stops, I believe. Yeah. So apart from them, everybody else has got to make another stop. And we can see. I can see whether for the next, at least the next half hour, it's sunny. Chance of meatballs. Whatever that means. Yeah, so there's no rain forecast for the next half an hour. Which I guess is good if you're a driver. And who else is close? Anderson. Mr. Anderson? He is 5. That's not 5 seconds. Yeah, ahead of him. Is it an Audi? It's an Audi. So if it's an Audi, it's P10. Right, so P14, Warburton, P13, Anderson, P12, Bellini, P11, Longo, P10, Lankow, P9, Ostracharts, P8, Usmanov, from Supercharged Motorsports, P7, Ken Slow from LFI. I don't know who the other people are with, so forgive me. Taratsev, P6, Braith, P5, he's having a good race. Rollins, P4, Teterin, I had to think, but I didn't have to look him up this time. P3, and he's 1.3 seconds behind Mr. Huema. Huema? I don't know. We'll stay with this for a while. And Paulie is 44 seconds ahead of P2, so happy days for him. So these two cars, they've been battling through the whole race. We're almost in the last hour now. I don't suppose I've got any voice left at all. Glug glug. Right, so gap is 1.2. Usmanov, supercharged. Yep, he is 2.8 behind Ken Slow. Let's watch him for a bit in that wonderful livery, which isn't like a rip-off of... No, I'm not going to say it. But I know someone who had a car very similar to that. So we're now down to 1.7. We don't see enough of this. So let's watch Supercharged Motorsport hunting down LFI. I'm going to turn the mic off for a second. Okay, we're back. So the gap between these two has stayed pretty constant. It's sort of fluctuated between 1.6 and 1.9. We've got a really close one going to Terry and yeah, That's pretty close. Let's stay on board just for a different view. Yeah, he's not going to have the space to squeeze in there. If he gets the drive, no, he's not going to do it here. Yeah, now I think he's lost the. He's lost the impetus now. He needs to get closer to get drafting. He's still got a bit of draft. He needs to get a good drive out of here. He's doing a good draft up the straight. Doesn't look like it. No, stuck at 0.4. So he's not close enough to make that one. But he is closer now. And he's going to make a move. If he gets close enough, he's going to outbrake him. Okay. What's that rear view mirror? He's done it. Mr. Tyre has made the move. He's now up into P2. Let's go back to right. So we're now in P3. P2 is kind of getting away. Just stretching the gap now. 10th there, 10th there. So if he's getting into his stride, we're now 59 minutes left. So we're in the last hour now. And Tyre is just stretching that lead. He's now 1.1 seconds ahead. So he needs to concentrate, keep the hammer on, and he's now 1.3. So he's just he's literally driving away from him. Well, duh. I know I did that. Let's get back to. Okay. Another close one. Two teammates, P12 Longo and P11 Lalini. 1 second apart. So I mean, they're both in the same team, so there's got to be some rivalry going on between these two cars. There's 4 drivers, so they've already made it one swap, possibly 2. Yeah, possibly it is 2 because we've got Longo and Lalini, and the original drivers were, if I can find the thing with the thing. Yeah, the last stint was Roberto Pistolesi and Luca Bucci. So yeah, they've changed drivers twice now. So they've done 2 pit stops and they've changed drivers. The gap is stretching out. It was down to half a second. It's now stretched out to 1 now. Now down to, I think he got down to 0.7. Who else have we got? Was close. Kuzminov. He was within a couple of seconds of the LFI. There he is. That's Ken Slow. And we are 2.3 seconds behind him. So he's not letting him get away. but he's not holding him in either. He's still round about the 2.5 second mark all the time. In the meantime, Tyre is pulling away from P3. So Tyre in second place, pulling away from Hermer. Roland's Wraith is he's like 4 seconds behind Roland's. Has seemingly dropped off. He was doing really well in like the first half of the race, but he's dropped down to 6th. Ken Slow is trying to catch him up, but there's obviously sectors where Tarabchev is much faster, because I've seen the time drop. It's just dropped down to like 5.8 seconds, and now it's going back up to 10 seconds. So time degradation. I did say everybody done 2 pit stops minimum. Yeah. Yeah, so Turabtsev is down 1 place. Ken Slow is still in his original P7. Nusmanov behind him is up 3 places. So there are winners and losers in there. So Longo and Lalini. There's got to be some rivalry going on between those 4. Or they're just doing a parade lap. I don't think they are. I mean, it's no fun just holding station on your teammate to let them get more points. You would want to be fighting all the way around, and I guess these 2, yeah, they're going to have to be. And they're all different names, so it's not like they're in the same family, which we have seen. We do see a lot of a pair of brothers or father and son, uncle and nephew. Oh, hello, who's this? Somebody getting out of the way, but I couldn't see who it was because I'm looking at the relative. Nicest livery on the track. He's obviously been into the pits and had the dents bashed out, had a bit of a polish. Somebody's got the old turtle wax out and given it a going over. It's looking much better. Did we last see that spinning off the track into the barrier, or did he miss the barrier? I can't remember. Right. Longo Lalini. There's a big gap to Lankow. Right, where is the close racing? I mean, this is the closest we got to close racing. We've got Usmanov from Supercharged Motorsport, who is 4 seconds behind Ken Slow, who's 1.1 seconds behind Turabtsev. So let's go and have a look at that. What does that look like? Right, So I don't know who that is ahead of them, but it's going to be Lellini or Longo. I think it could be Longo because he's in P12 and Lellini is P11. So it's Tarabsev's going to make the move. Let's jump on with him. Right, so there's the move. There's the blue flag, so we're going to have to... There we go. No, he didn't let him past. Just lift off, don't fight it. That's it, good man. So yeah. Frosty, who's winning? Who's winning is number 5, Paulie. In that distinctive yellow car. And he's actually got Ken Slow tailing him. So I guess he's drafting him around the track. He's got to be a lap down. But it's been a fantastic race. I mean, we started with 14. We've still got 14. We've not even reached double figures in accidents. There's been some door bangs. But nothing serious. People have come off. They've overdriven, overcooked it a bit, and slid off. There've been some fantastic saves. People have just come off a bit. I mean, especially when it started raining, people were coming off. But they managed to just keep it pointed in the right direction, get the speed under control, and then get back on it again. Been really good. Let's go and have a look at P6 on P5. Look at this. These two, they've been swapping positions. So Taratsev in P6 and Wraith in P5. So you saw in the previous lap where they got past P11 or P12. But they are, yeah, they're close once again. This could be 0.2 of a second. This could be a jump on the start-finish straight. Just needs to keep position, stay close enough for the last corner coming up now. I think he might be. It's a little too far behind. So when you get to this point now, your best hope is to outbrake, but you just can't because that first corner is so sharp uphill and then it drops away. So the whole car goes light, which means you don't have the traction as you come out. But this is the move. Could stay around the outside like that. Kept it in, I think. Oh, so close, so close. Right, is he going to make the undercut? No, he isn't. Okay, so they've swapped positions back again, if they even did change position. Okay, we've got somebody in the pits. Usmanov. What happened to him? Let's go back 30 seconds. Right, let's go back 60 seconds. No, we can't go that far back. Alright. So we go back to Tarabsev. And switch cameras. Yeah, so they are within half a second of each other. They are the closest thing on track at the moment. So apologies for sticking with them. But that's the closest racing I can find. At some point, one is going to overtake the other, and I'm going to cut away from them, and I'm going to do a run through from from last to first again. 'Cause I do like going at it that way. This is racing. They are not giving each other any quarter here. He's just keeping the pressure on. And Wraith is having none of it. He's just planting that car. He's planting that Ferrari exactly where he wants it. And Taratsev, he can't find a way past. He gets alongside, but he's out of position, so he's not in a position to be able to get the drive out of a corner. You know, he's like half a track width too far away, so he can't get it turned in and make that vital move. And you see now that the gap is stretching out. So I don't know if Taratsev is just easing up a bit, because we got like 45 minutes left, and we got 20 minutes before the pit stop window closes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go to this view, and we can see who has yet to make their second pit stop. So, well, look, Taratsev and Wraith have still yet to make a pit stop. So that's going to be vital for those two. They are going to be watching each other like a pair of golden eagles. Just, you know, the first one to make a twitch towards that pit lane, and the other one's going to be diving in there with him. Paulie is he's a lap ahead of Tyre, so he can make his pit stop whenever he likes. Tyre and Humour, not so far away, and Roland's as well. They've already made their second stop, so those two. Paulie is going to stay in the lead. I feel sure of it. Tyre, he is 40 seconds behind, so he may fall back into the clutches of Humour. Yeah, so okay, let's go back to the other view. Switch to who else? Where's the other close racing? Show me close racing. Okay, we've got those are the closest two. We've got Molini. Let's go to the helicam. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have to mute my mic cassette. Yeah, so we're back in again. I thought going to the helicam might show me the car that's 4 seconds ahead, but the helicopter is too low, so it's not showing the gap. Sorry about that. Let's go round in this view, see if we can catch a... There it is. Catch a glimpse of the car up ahead. This is a fantastic view for close racing. We might pop into this sometime close to the end, because you get cars close to each other in this view. Right, so we've got half the start-finish straight, maybe a bit more. It actually comes out at... We're here at, the gap is 4.7, so it's like a 5-second gap. We're not going back to Taratsev chasing down Race, because they're like 2 seconds. We've spent long enough time with them. Everybody else has got such a... There's no close racing anywhere else. They might look close to each other, but some of them are like a lap behind, and I can't really keep a track, because someone made 2 pit stops, someone made 3, someone made 1. So until the pit window closes, and everybody hopefully has made their pit stops. I'm not going to know exactly where everybody is on track, but so how are we with? This is Lolini. It's chasing down Usmanov. Usmanov, of course, is from Supercharged Motorsport. You know, that gap isn't coming down. That's the same as it was. Right, so you're in the braking zone now, and 5 seconds later, the lead turns up. Hello, we've got somebody in the pits, Lankow. Let's go back to that view. Right, so he's parked. So he's making his, I guess, final pit stop. I'm going to have to just scan through. Right. Third pit stop, okay. I think this goes back to when everybody, well, not everybody, I think everybody except 2 or 3 drivers dived into, when the rain started, they dived in to put wet tyres on, but they were still outside the pit window. They're like 5 minutes before the pit window. Oh, don't, yeah, that's better. Yeah, so they dived in to get wet tyres on, and 2 of them stayed out for like so many more laps, like for 5 minutes or more, just gingerly driving around in the wet, so that when they did go in for wet tyres, they were making their legal pit stop. Of course, everybody else's pit stop didn't count. So they were on, once everything evened out, they were on 1 pit stop, but everybody else still had 2 to make, and it was I think it was Paulie and Roland's, but it was like so long ago, and I've got such a bad memory, so I can't remember who it was. I think it was those 2. All right, so we've got, oh, what's this? Yes, that's where he got overtaken. So he's in the pits for his second pit stop. Third pit stop. Okay. Right. So I get a different view of how many pit stops they've made. If I go into this view, this shows the actual pit stops, because I'm seeing people who've made 3 pit stops, and they are now clearing themselves. So we've got this is Turavtsev, so he's now cleared all his pit stops. So we've got Anderson, Ostracharts, Ken Sloan, Wraith, the guy whose name I can never remember. Oh, come on. Taterin, that's it. Taterin. This is going to be a DQ in future, driving around with no name. Right, so he's got to make his pit stop. And Paulie, he can make a pit stop, get out the car, go to the burger van, get something to eat, maybe get a cup of coffee, go and have a word with his missus, see how it's going, and then get back in the car, and he'll still be in front when he pulls out again. He's just dominated the race. There's no denying it. He's doing a fantastic race. But in the meantime, let's go back and have a look at if anybody is within shouting distance of anybody else. We've got like the closest gap is like 10 seconds. Oh, here we go, 8 seconds. And we're in helicam, so we can't actually see anybody. Right, oh, there we go. Look, there's 2 cars up ahead. Those 2 black dots. The Pixel Brothers. Wherever they are. Yeah. Well, I can only apologise for these drivers not staying close to each other. I am going to have a word. Because this sort of thing just isn't good enough. We want close racing. We don't look at them. They're all spread out. They're all being very polite. There's all 10 and 15 second gaps between them. Oh. Thanks, fellas. You're making my first broadcast so easy. By not banging into each other and not fighting. Thank you. I should remember you when the penalties are handed out. I should make my recommendations to the stewards. I didn't think it was going to be this much fun. I've got to say. Laughing my socks off here. Watering eyes. So, what do we got? Pit window, 13 minutes. So, there's a couple yet to make second legal pit stop. So, let's hope they do it in time. Right, let's go and have a look at one of the guys who has yet to make his second pit stop. One Mr. Paul Anderson of LFI fame. And the two LFI drivers, and ahead of him he's got the supercharged motorsport, but they're not technically in the same race. Usmanov is in P9 and Paul Anderson is in P13. But they may actually be in the same race. Oh no. Bucci is... Oh, they've had another change. Bucci is 18 seconds ahead of Anderson. Lankau is 37 seconds ahead of Bucci. 8 seconds between Lankau and Longo. Oh, these names are great. And then 25 seconds between Longo and Usmanov. So although they look close on track, they're not. Ken Slow's making his second pit stop. Oh, he's made it. Oh, I'm not going to go back and have an instant replay of him driving into the pits, because that's, you know, it's not as gripping as you think it might be. Right. Yeah, everybody's spread out. Right, so Ken Slow is in 8th. Usmanov is 4 seconds behind. So Supercharged Motorsport v LFI. They are the closest two on the track at the moment, so we're going to stick with them. And we'll do a sort of medium long shot, hopefully to try and keep them both in focus. Just don't get further than 3 seconds away, or I'll never see both of you in the same frame. Yeah, so 2.9 seconds. Usmanov. Let's go to this view. I do like this view. Especially from the chasing car's point of view. You can see them. They just put everything into it, but they can't put too much in. Down the line, time back 2.5. Yep, so if you get a ruler and measure on the screen the width of the pixels of Ken Slow's car, you can actually figure out how far behind he is, or how far in front he is. It's probably not the easiest way to do it. I'll probably just ask me later. Oh, you're asking me? Well, it's 3 seconds. Okay. 9 minutes pit stoppery left to indulge yourselves. Paul Anderson's in the pits. Okay. That's probably not the best view we've had in the whole race. Let's go back to Mr. Usmanov chasing down Mr. Slayer. He's not exactly 2.5 seconds. He's getting closer. But he's driving the wheels of that thing. He's keeping it very neat and tidy. 3 seconds. Oh, this could. No. Could this be? Is he going to stay over? Let's see. Right, that's Paul Anderson in the LFI Porsche that we just passed there. So he's staying one out of the way because this is not his fault. So Paul is now 30. I don't know to tell myself because I'm not sure how Warburton is in relation to him. So I'm keeping on this one. 2.9 seconds. So he's not letting Slow get away. He's driving him down a tenth here and a tenth there. Still 2.9. And we've got 30 minutes left. So this is... what did they say? This is all to play for. It is if he can keep his pace up, and Slow keeps his BMW on grey stuff or light grey stuff. This is this is the long slow grind, in the closing stages of the race. We've been at it now for almost 2 hours. These two guys are they're not in a team, so they've done the full race. They've not swapped over like some of the other teams. They've been at it for the full race. But technically they're not going to be quite as knackered as you would be if you were doing like a 5-hour, 6-hour race or something like that solo. The attention does start to slip a bit, and you're watching your times, you're watching the guy behind you, and you have to concentrate. This is where the concentration comes in. I mean, it's all very well on the quali lap. That just puts you in a position. Then you concentrate, and then you concentrate on the first couple of laps to gain position, to hold positions, to keep people behind you. So that's where you concentrate. Then you get in the middle part and you're just, when you get rain thrown at you, that does kind of sharpen up your concentration a bit, because you've just got to get around and make the corner when you're going to change your tyres. So more concentration there. So when the rain stopped, everybody was looking when they get to change the tyres. Different kind of concentration, but you're trying to figure out what everybody else's speed is. Oh, he's coming out of the pits, that's why he's so close behind him. So we got Travasev hunting down Wraith. Okay, well it's one of three cars. It's either Roland's. Nope. Humor. Herma. How do you pronounce your name? So, P2. Tyre is in the pits. So he drops now from second place down to fourth. So where's Wraith? Wraith is in fifth. Okay, so he's not gonna get ahead of Tyre. But these three drop set. Let's go to Helicam. Wraith. And Herma. Right, so Herma is in P2. Wraith is in P5. Yeah, so the second two cars in that group there, they are a lap down on P2. That's why I'm getting confused. What the hell's just happened there? Just happened. Streaming. Obviously, while I'm watching the actual show, just popped up FaceTime. And nobody wants to see my face. Yeah. So things are getting close now. We've got. Let's look at this view. So we're on board with Tyre, who is 0.4 seconds behind Wraith. We go to P9, Ostracharts, and he's got Supercharged Motorsports Usmanov in front of him. And Kenslow has got the jump on Usmanov. Is it? No, he hasn't got the jump. He's just got quite a long gap in front of him. Then we go down to P11, Langkow in the Audi, and he is all over the BMW of Longo. They are very close, 0.4 seconds. So we now got three close races and 42 seconds of pit stop. So let's go and have a quick look. Right, so everybody's made their pit stops, so that's good. So it's clear racing, 22 minutes of racing to the finish, and now we've got some close racing. So now finally they've closed up. The gaps are, there's three within a second of each other, and a couple within 2 to 5 seconds of each other. So we go to. Where's we go? We're on Langkow. Let's go to Ostracharts and Usmanov. Ostracharts has had a bit of an odd race. He's been up and down. He's been really consistent, but I think he's had some problems earlier on in the race, and he dropped down into the bottom, the bottom 10, outside the top 10. And he's still only 9th, but he's not letting Usmanov get away. So they're in half a second of each other. We go back to P11, and the Audi of Langkow is right on the BMW of Longo. Langkow and Longo. Langkow and Longo, sorry. Longo getting a bit wide coming out of the final corner. That could cost him, maybe not in this one. But up at the hairpin, I mean the BMW is a nice big comfortable royal old ship. But the Audi doesn't take prisoners, and he makes, yes, what overtake, oh no! A little bit of bump draft in there. Let's have none of this racing shenanigans in this one. Who's leading? There's 3 of them. Right, what I can do is, because there's some close racing, I'm gonna go from last to first. Okay, so P14, Paul Anderson. P13, Kay Warburton. The nicest livery, sorry. I really like that livery. P12, the BMW of Butchie. P11, the BMW of Longo. Both in the same team. Oh, just kept it in. Good lad. P10, Langkow. In the Audi, we've just been watching him. Up ahead, P9 Ostrichart is all over the back of P8. Which is Supercharged Motorsports, of course. I didn't forget that, I have to look it up. Right, so that's P8, and 4 seconds ahead of him is your boy Ken Slow. So that's P7, and we go to Terevtsev, P6, who is still not letting Wraith get away in P5. There's Wraith in P5. P4 is to Terrin in the Nissan, who's driven a good race. Gotta say, he's been up and down. I mean, I guess that's going to be the pit stops and people all over the place. And P3, Kay Rowlands. So the top 3, spoiler alert, they're all Mercedes. So Kay Rowlands in P3 is 9 seconds behind M. Humer, I don't know, who is 1 minute and 10 seconds behind the number 1 Mercedes of M. Pauli, who's driven an absolute blinder. He's had such a good race. Tactically, he nailed the first pit stop. Him and Rowlands, I believe it's him and Rowlands, they judged their first pit stop, so it was inside the pit stop window, and gave themselves a handful of time for nothing, and everybody else was diving in to change their tyres and possibly didn't realise that the pit window wasn't open, so that the pit stop didn't count. So they all ended up a pit stop adrift. So, I mean, tactically, that's such a good move. I noticed it. It surprised me because I'm not really that good at noticing these things. But yeah, that was such a good move. So that's put Paulie in the lead by a very wide margin, and he's got in there, and he just grabbed that thing by the scruff of the neck, and he's not let go for 2 hours and 20 minutes. And we've got 15 minutes left. Yeah, so fantastic race for him. Let's go back to. Oh, look at this! You got Ostricharz and Usmanov. Supercharged Motorsport is. Oh, don't bang the doors. Go on, go on. Oh, so close. These guys. This has got to be the best view. Yeah. He was always going to make that. But this, in the run up to T1, the BMW is just chewing up that space. You've got to be careful on the braking. Yeah, that's a big old bus. You've got to stop there coming up to T1. I don't think he's going to go around the outside there. Could make the undercut though. Has he got the legs? Has he got the legs? Alright, so this is the closest race between two cars on the track. Oh, he could be doing it. Yep. Supercharged Motorsport losing out there. Just having a quick jiggle on the apex. So he's dropped back, not quite a second, but he's lost 8th place. So for Ostricharz in P8, he's got 7 seconds to Ken Slow, who is actually. I'm kind of looking at this, and it says he's 1 minute 20 seconds behind P6. So if that's the case, oh no. Ah, right. He's 14 seconds behind P6, Trevtsev. So, let's go back down. Usmanov is 1 second behind Ostricharz. So he's not letting him get away. He can easily make this up. We've got what, just over 13 minutes left. Usmanov has been driving like a demon. Got to say, he's had a fantastic race. He's been swapping places with Ken Slow. I've been having a good old time. As have I. Apart from when I went into hysterics earlier. I can't even remember what it was now. Right. So what have we got now? Let's go to. I like TV2 better. Yep, that's the view, and we can see Anderson close behind. Is that Anderson? No. That looked like a Mercedes. Right, let's go to Anderson, and we're going to switch to his bumper cam for this lap. We're going to stay on the bumper for the whole lap. Because I know, credit to him, Paul has driven a fantastic race. He's come on, leaps and bounds when it was when me and him were battling. I've hung up my wheel now, so I'm not really racing anymore. So my teammate and race buddy is doing it on his own, and he's had a fantastic race. I mean, I know he's P14, but the rest of the guys, they are quick. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's gone in there and... Alright, prove me wrong. No, I think he was diving out of the way. Good man. That was deliberate. He meant to do that, honest. I mean, he's not going to make up the place, bless him. So he's just not going to be any trouble for anybody. But he's going to finish. He's going to finish the 2.4 hours and hold his head up. We just need. I mean, this has been a terrific race. Nobody's dropped out. We'll start with a field of 14, which is fairly respectable. I mean, there's nothing there to make a good race out of it. I don't think anybody's had a particularly easy time. Alright, I'm looking at you, Mr. Paulie. You've had a particularly easy time, but that's because you've used your noggin, mate. Brilliant tactical race. Okay, so we've done more than one lap with Mr. Anderson, and good luck to him. Let's go and find some close racing now. What's the closest one? Oh, here we go. So back to TB2. Supercharged Motorsport. Just dropped off the back of Mr. Ostrachards. Who knows? So that's 2.8 seconds. That is the closest pairing that I can see. So this is P9, and he's got 9 minutes now to make up 3.4 seconds, and Ostrachards is the one who overtook him. So in the BMW, so I don't think he's quite got the legs to make it, but there's still some laps left, and there's some cars close up ahead. Usmanov is 3.3 seconds. Ostrachards, let's go to Ostrachards. He's 2 point something seconds behind. Is that Ken Slow? Is it somebody out of position? Oh, that's going to be P11 or P12, I think. And then Ken Slow is in front of him. So let's go to, yeah, that's P12. So P12 is actually between P8 and P7. So, yeah, kind of out of place there. So while he's doing that, I mean, he's not really being held up, but Usmanov is gaining. He's at 2.2 seconds. Ken Slow is not going to get onto the back of Taravtsev, I don't think, in the last 7 minutes. So we're looking at 128 a lap, so 2 laps is 3 minutes. So we're looking at 4, possibly 5 laps before the end of the race. And short of driving off into the grandstands, I don't think there's any chance of Paulie not winning. But commentators cursing on that shiz. He might drive into the grandstand. I sure hope he doesn't, because that would be really bad. And if he does, I'll red flag the race and just restart it. Make them do another 2 hours and 20 minutes to get this sorted out properly. I could put it to a vote in chat. No, let's not do that. Right, Usmanov is still within striking distance. Ostrichat is trying to... Yeah, he can't get to Ken Slow because he's got P11 in his way. Or has he moved? Or was it P12? I don't know. It was one of those guys. Right, so they're beginning to get spread out. So I can't quite make out who that is in front. I think Handicam's going to do it. TV1 maybe? No. Yeah, that's still either 11 or 12. And we're down to just under 5 minutes. So that's 2 or 3 laps. So Usmanov is the closest at the moment. Well, so let's, in the closing stages, let's have a look so everybody can see. So Paulie, way out in head. Humer, also way out in head, way out ahead. 17 seconds ahead of Rowlands. Who is 13 seconds ahead of Terrin in the Nissan, who is 60 seconds ahead of Wraith in P5. P6 is Turatsev, who's had a good race, and then Ken Slow in the position that he started, P7. So I mean that's got to be the definition of steady racing. 2 hours for 2.2 hours, 2.4 hours of racing, and you're still where you started. Yeah, I mean that's consistency. Usmanov, Supercharged Motorsport, in P9, 2.7 seconds. Don't know if he's going to make that place. Lankow, P10, in that little gold, white and black Audi. Longo, P11. Driving a bit of a solitary race there. We can see on the map now. So we go to Bucci, his teammate. So number 7's got past. Number 7 was... I don't know. They weren't in the same race. Warburton. Warburton in the nicest livery. And then P14, Paul Anderson, my racing buddy. Quitting himself well. Right, so we will now go back to 2:04, and the lap is 1:29. So we are going on board. If I can get my mouse to work properly, we're going on board with Paulie for the last stages of this race, but I don't think we've got any surprises left. So I could slow it right down and spend 126 doing the last couple of corners. but I don't think he will. I think he's going to go for the line and then start his last lap. And it's going to be a well-deserved win. So he's got a minute left.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give me
Leader
the
is
wheel.
on the final lap. And he's done a sterling job, fine job. Good driving, tactical driving, driving with his head. And what we'll try and do, as I said, we're going to stay in this view until he crosses the line. We're going to try and keep up with everybody else crossing the line, but I may not, so forgive me, because this is my first, it's the first time using this software in anger. I've kind of got my way around it, but you know, there's gaps of like 9 seconds, 2 seconds, which may go away in the last lap. I don't know, but I'm going to try and keep up with whatever's going on. Right, so Paulie's coming into the last 2 corners, and he's not letting up. The final corner, we'll start finish straight, and there we go. Well-deserved victory.
Leader has finished the race.
Fantastic win. Well done. Right. So P2, that's how far P2 is behind. I mean, let's not take anything away from him. Mr. Hermer has been, he's been driving like a good one, no doubt about it. Well-deserved second place. Okay. Rowlands, Mr. Rowlands, he's also equally as far behind as Mr. Humer was behind Paulie. We'll follow him over the line. We're going to external view. So I don't know what's going to happen next. So we've got, next is to Terrin. There he goes over the line. Then Wraith. How far behind is Wraith? 42 seconds. I don't know if he's racing. Or it may just be showing his race as ever. Right, so P5 is Wraith. P6, Taravtsev. Good race by him. P7, Ken Slow. Showing up like a good one. Well done. And you can see all the rest of them. P8, Ostracharts. P9, Usmanov. Supercharged Motorsport. P10, Lankow. 11, Longo. 12, his teammate Butchie. 13, Kay Warburton. And finally, Paul Anderson for LFI in P14. Fantastic race, Paul. Well done. That was exciting. Not going to lie. I can't believe I kept up the chuntering for for the whole race, apart from a quick bio break, as you do. But yeah, that was pretty good. I hope if you'd stay with the race through through the whole broadcast, that you weren't disappointed. I didn't make too much of a mess of it. I made a mess at the start, I've got to say, but it was before I got it going in practice, so we didn't miss any of the qualifying and we didn't miss the start of the race, which I was terrified I was going to do because things were going wrong. But yeah, GG's to everybody who took part. Fantastic race. I enjoyed myself even more than I did. I've got to say, even more than I did when I was racing. That was a lot more fun. I mean, there was pressure, but it wasn't the same sort of pressure. It's really good. So, yeah, thanks for everybody who took part. Thanks for everybody who joined in and watched the stream. Thanks for your support and your messages and all that kind of thing. And I will be back when the next season starts.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And I'm probably going to do this again. But yeah, thanks to Dr. Evil for all the help he's given me. Thanks to Colm Mooney from Supercharged Motorsport for all the help he's given me. And thanks for everybody who's watched. And if I can figure out how to do the thing with the thing on the stream, which is going to tell you that the stream is ending. So I'm going to leave that up for a couple of seconds. I'm going to turn my mic off and just let that fade out on the stream. And yeah, thanks everyone. I'll see you at the start of LFI's new season. Thank you and good night. Well done, everyone.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you finished where you started. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's consistency. That's consistency all the way through it, like Blackpool Rock. That was such fun.
It was a gamble. I mean, I didn't expect it to be raining, and I didn't have the bloody wet setup, so I just had to wing it, like literally just. The good thing is that I have set up the buttons so I can go through the menus on the wheel. So managed to do that, and guess what? I'm basically going to the end of the stint, and I'm still on wet, and it's still wet track, and I'm like, well, it's going to be dry in next 10 minutes, and I only got 3 minutes left of fuel.
Oh no!
So I had to gamble with dry tires, but it was all right.
Yeah, I mean the guy who came first, Paulie, he played an absolute blinder. He really did. He stayed out until the pit window opened. There was two of them stayed out till the pit window opened.
Yeah, I remember. I told Sparky that there was a guy who literally pitted, I think maybe a couple of minutes after the pit window was open, and I'm like, that guy was driving all this time. Fucking dry tires.
Yeah. Well, before he went into the pits, he was very, very sketchy. I gotta say, but he kept it on the tarmac, and he went round, and he kept his lead.
I think it was the guy in a Nissan, wasn't it?
No, there was two of them. Who was it? Paulie, I think, and Roland's. They stayed out. Everybody else dived in before the pit window was open, but they stayed out until the window opened, and then I think Paulie even did an extra lap after the window opened. I don't know if he was just making absolutely sure.
Wow.
But it's really good. Now, I need to stop the stream.